guys, it's Carrie Silverhorn here with Get Graphics, coming to you on this Fast Fact Friday, talking to you about video. I have 3 tips for you today, so stay tuned. We are going to discuss doing video today, and video is not necessarily easy for people. It takes some time, and I'm going to give you 3 tips on how to make this a little less painful if you're not comfortable with doing video. Now, the reason why we do video is because the algorithms for Facebook, which is, all of the technical stuff, the reach basically is what that means. The reach that Facebook, social media, Instagram stories, those type of things have for video is huge. It is just undisputable. I mean, and even with Facebook Live, you can do, geo-targeting where you can target, people from 18 to 65 and, male and female and, in what region and the whole bit. I mean, it's pretty advanced. And Facebook loves video. Now, side note, Facebook loves their own video. The algorithms do not work as well on Facebook if you insert a YouTube video or something else. Now, if you put a video directly into Facebook, it loves it. It really, really loves and gives lots of attention to Facebook Live. But there's also a lot of different versions of that you can do. Now, I'm going to give you 3 tips today about doing video. First of all, you want to have your content, set up. So you want to have an outline, a very clear outline of what you're going to talk about and what you're going to say. So that way you know how to engage with the audience that is going to be watching you. Secondly is your setup. Now I think this is pretty important. I mean, this is almost as important as content, right? I have my phone horizontal and I am off-centered, as you can kind of see, so that this whole area right here is blank. Now, this is for when I go back in and do my video editing and I can do cool little things like this and little tips and tricks and texts and all this other stuff. And that gives me another variation to engage with people, because sometimes people aren't listening to the video, they're reading the video. And if you have these little tidbits over here on the side, then that is a great way to connect with people instantaneously without having to have them watch your entire video. Okay? Secondly is talk to the person that you're speaking to like you would if you were one-on-one. Now, how I started out with this, of course, I started out very, prim and proper, and everything had to be very scripted, and I was very stiff, and I was just horrible. I actually got a picture of my husband's face, real small, and I cut out one of his little eyeballs, and I put it over the camera of my phone. Now, it may or may not have been therapeutic to cut out one of his eyeballs. I'm just saying. But I put his face over the camera so that I was looking him directly in the eyes, so that I could get used to not looking at myself. Like, you're constantly, back and forth. So that helped. It helped me, and it was a little trick that I used, and hopefully it will be. And, I mean, if you're, upset with your spouse at the time and you want to gouge out one of their eyeballs, maybe you should do a video. I don't know. So the next thing is lighting. Now, a lot of people have these big fancy light rings, and they have a phone stand, and they have all this other stuff, right? I don't have all that. And so I am sitting in front of a window, and if my neighbors was to ever come outside and look at me, they would look like I was talking to nobody, and they would probably report me. But I have, and if you saw this whole setup, it would be crazy. I have boxes on top of boxes and my phone, and everything's all propped up. But this gives me that great lighting, and I have sheer curtains, so that gives me like a little bit of a, a diffuser, if you would. And it works fine. It works fine for me. The second thing about the setup is your sound. A lot of people have an external microphone that they clip to them, And you'll see that on a lot of video, people who do a lot of video. And I don't feel like I need that because I'm very loud. I'm a very loud talker anyway. So I feel like I project very well. Now, if you go to hit that record button and you're like, hi, and then you just completely like absorb into yourself and you become a mouse, you might want an external microphone. And you can get those on eBay, you can get those on Amazon, you can get them anywhere. So that's kind of the setup. So you have your content and you have your setup. And those are really the most important things. And then finally, a video needs to have a call to action. So the call to action needs to be, comment below with a suggestion, or, find me on, go to this site, download this, here's a freebie, something of that nature. So you want to have something that is engaging, because you're not really talking to somebody one-on-one, but you are talking to somebody one-on-one. So you want the feeling of talking to somebody one-on-one, like a friend. Well, that friend would engage back in that conversation, right? So you want to give them some sort of action to do so that they feel engaged. Okay? So those are our 3 tips: content, the setup, and your engagement. So stick around next time and we'll come back with some more videos for you. And if you need me, call, send me a message, and always check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.